when you divide by, when you take it and take 7x divided by that highest common factor, it will give you an answer, and the same for that one. So we can notice that there is an x here and x there, but the highest is just x, because when I divide x squared by x squared, it's going to be 1. And when I divide x by x squared, it's going to be 1 over x minus 1, so it's not the case. So therefore, I'm going to choose x. And now 6x squared divided by x that I chose, it's going to be 6x, so 6x. 7x plus, obviously it's going to say plus. 7x divided by x, that cancels off, so the answer is just 7. That's my answer. What if it was two common numbers as well? We have common numbers, like for example 24a squared, okay, minus 3a. What's a common factor? A is a common factor. Another thing, 3 is the highest common factor, so 3a together is the highest common factor. 24a squared divided by 3a. A squared divided by a, just a. 24 divided by 3 is 8. Minus 3a divided by 3a, it's anything we divide by itself, it's just 1. And that's my answer. That's for factorizing and expanding. Grade 8, okay. And you have to have a good understanding in terms of integers and calculating negative numbers. And you have to understand the difference. When you hear the word difference, it means gonna be subtraction. So be careful. For example, a temperature in July is 10 Celsius. And in November it's minus 10. Work out the difference. 10, the difference means minus 10. When you have minus and minus, we're gonna add 20. Okay. You need to know that always the difference of two temperatures is positive. Even if the answer was negative, it's positive. So let's look at the calculated integers here. 3 minus 3, it means 6. But minus 3, it means minus 6. Okay. 3 minus 3 plus 4. Subtract and take the bigger number sign, therefore it's 1. But 4, or let's say 3 minus 4, subtract and take the bigger number sign as well, which is going to be minus 1. It's very important to know that. Okay. You also need to understand the meaning of a prime number and a square number as well, and the meaning of factors. So you need to understand the meaning of a factor, and the meaning of a prime number, and the meaning of a square number. What's a factor? So for example, when I tell you to write down the factors of 24, think of two numbers you multiply, gives you 24. 1 times 24, 2 times 12. Also we have 6 times 4, and 3 times 8. All of these, they times together to give 24. Okay, so these are factors of 24. What is the meaning of a square number though? What is the meaning of a square number, guys? So for let's say we have here square number. What's square number? Square number is actually a number that has two factors only, and they're the same. For example, 4 is a square number because it has 2 times 2. 9 because it has 3 times 3. 36 because it's 6 times 6. All of these are square numbers. Okay. Prime number, it's a number that has two factors only, the number 1 and itself. For example, 2 is a prime number because we only have 2 times 1, the number itself and 1. And 3 also because 3 times 1. And 5 because 5 times 1. 11 because we only have 11 times 1, and that's it. 13 because we only have 13 times 1. You understand, right? 7 as well. We skipped some numbers. You also have to have a good understanding in equations. For example, 5t equals 4t. What is t? Divide both sides by 5. So t is actually 20. Sorry. Divide both sides by 5. So it's actually 8. So t is 8. This problem is very important, but before we go through it, we have to understand the meaning of finding highest common factor of two numbers. For example, 120 and 240. Find their highest common factor. First, they are even, and just 12 times 10 is actually that, and this is 6 times 2, and that's a prime number, so I cycle it. 6 means 3 times 2, and both they are prime numbers, so I cycle them. I'm not finished with the 10. It means 2 times 5, and they're both prime numbers. Here we have 24 times 10. It is 2, 5, and I'm done. And here it is 6 times 4, and 4 means 2 times 2, and 6 means 3 times 2, and here you go. Now I'm gonna make them go. Now I'm gonna do the next step, which is Venn diagram. Put the common here. We have 3 here and 3 there, so 1 3 in the middle. We have 2 here and we have 2 there, so we have 2 in the middle. We have 2 here, another 2 there. We have another 2 in the middle. We have 2 and 2 there, so we have another 2 in the middle. Also, we got 5, right? So we have 5 in the middle. So we have 5 in the middle, okay? And now we'll still have some remainings here from the 240s. I'm gonna write 2 there. And that's it. How to find the HCF, mister? You multiply just in the middle. How to find the LCM? You multiply everything even outside the middle, okay? So basically HCF would look like 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. And that's it. So it's 3, and this means 2 power 3 times 5. And there you go. That's my highest common factor. Remember a fun fact, to change from minutes to hours, we need to divide by 60. Just to remember that, okay guys? Rules of indices, very important to understand them. That when we have 5 power 2 times 5 power 3, I add the powers and leave the 5 as it is. So 5 to the power 5. Okay, and when we divide, it's gonna be 5 power 4 because we subtract. And when we have different terms, for example 7a times 5b, we can multiply. 7 times 5 is what, guys? Is 35ab. But when we have different terms and there is addition, we cannot add. We only add when you have like terms. And that would be it for the revision for grade 8. I think I covered the most important parts. I'm gonna leave the rest for you guys. Have a good one.